Hi everyone, today we're going to put running boards on the 2013 Chevy Silverado Fit 2500 HD. We're going to be using the Tyger Auto 6-inch side steps or running bars. So I'm going to go ahead and get things opened up and check out the package, make sure we're compatible, and then go ahead and get it installed. So inside the box you're going to receive all the brackets. You'll receive the bolt mounting kit for the brackets. It also has body clips to attach it to the body of the truck, and it includes a pack of bolts for the sidebars to attach those. And then also, of course, you have the running boards, and this is a 6-inch model, so I'm really excited about that. I do have the diesel model. I have the DEF tank up front. I have to do a little bit of removal of the cover on that and possibly lower it down a little bit to work with the passenger side. So of course I'm going to go ahead and do the hard side first. That way I finish strong on the driver's side and makes me happy. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and follow the directions. The directions are very precise, very well written out. I'm going to go ahead and take off the DEF tank cover and get going on that, get that stuff off, and then I can get my brackets on, reattach everything, and then I can do my sidebars on. So what I've done so far is removed the bottom cover off the DEF container, and then I installed my jack under it with a piece of wood, and that's just not to damage the tank. So the wider a piece of wood, the better. And then I removed the brackets themselves that hold the DEF tank on. And so right now what I'll do is I'll lower it down just slowly. And make sure we're not going to hurt anything. So you just kind of jiggle on the tank, make sure you're not putting any pressure on anything. And then once you feel that there's some tension going on from the front tubes, go ahead and stop there. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get my brackets on the front. And once I get those on, then I can go ahead and get everything put back together, and then we can put the running board on. Like I said, I'm doing the hardest side first. No matter what you do, this tank is going to have to come down to take care of that. Okay, so I've got the DEF fluid tank lowered. I can just, I'm looking at the top of it right now, but that's as far as I'm going to go with that. Right about 9 inches from the front of the DEF tank, there's already a welded in nut on that. So what you're going to do is I'll take this out. Oops. You're going to have your bolt, lock washer, flat washer, and you're just going to screw that in to that tap there. Okay, so I've got that started right there. I'm going to pull all my washers back to the head. All right, so now this is the bracket I'm going to need. This is going to go like so with the welded nut to the front of the vehicle. So when I bring in my bracket, which is somewhere here, I'll bring in my bracket and that'll fit just like that. And I'll tap in, put my bolt in through the side here, and then I'll be using this, which they sent as well. What it is you just drop this through. That way when you tighten up your nut, it'll just kind of swing and then it'll stop and you'll be able to tighten everything in. So this is the way it's going to look for that bracket that's under the DEF tank. Now one thing they did say in the directions is do not tighten it. So I'm just going to go ahead, snug everything up, and then I'm going to quit, and then I'm going to move on and put the rest of the brackets on. So I'll go ahead and take care of that. So I've got all the brackets mounted onto the truck itself. Everything is loose right now. Once I get the running board on, then I'll go back through and tighten everything up to the framework. I want to make sure, and it also says in the directions, don't tighten this stuff up until you are ready to put on the running board. So I'm ready to put on the running board right now. So I'll go ahead and get that done. And get everything lined up to where I want it to be. And then I'll just come back through and I'll crank everything up. As far as the running board, again, you're using a separate packet of bolts that's included in the kit, and they're well marked. And everything so far has been 13 millimeter. Okay, that is it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get all the brackets tightened up to the framework now, and then I'll come back and adjust my running board and measure from the truck out so I don't have kind of a goofy looking thing, it's crooked. Once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and get my DEF tank re-secured and all that done, and then I can start on the other side. The other side should be an absolute breeze, so we'll get this finished up. Okay, we have got the passenger side done. I have got the DEF tank put back in, and I also have the cover put back in. On this model, fortunately I didn't have to modify the DEF cover. On some of them you do. You know, one thing keep in mind, don't blame the manufacturer of the running boards or the side steps. They're just dealing with what they've got to deal with as far as the engineering on who decided to put this DEF tank here. But otherwise, I got everything in. It was a little tricky. I mean, it's just, all it did was took a lot of patience. And once it got in, this thing is nice. I've got a nice 6-inch running board now on this side. And I'm going to do the driver's side. And it should go, I should just absolutely fly through it because I don't have anything in the way. So I'll go ahead and get that done, and then we'll take a look at the whole truck. Okay, so here's the finished product. Look really good. It's going to be so much more helpful getting into the truck rather than pulling up, grabbing on the steering wheel and trying to hoist yourself in. So just stepping up is going to be a major improvement. If you're looking for a great pair of running boards that are super sturdy, I would definitely suggest the Tyger brand.